that kind of college I can live with. And then suddenly one day somebody knock on the door and just like, homework, welcome.
Yep. Yeah, well, I think I made a list of everything I have to do for the rest of the semester, so the end is in sight. I just have a lot of things to do before I get there.
Are you working on campus as well on the side, or?
Yes, I have been. I work at the Phone-a-thon, so we call people and ask for donations to fund student scholarships. So yeah.
I didn't know that actually. That was a
Yeah,
job on Concordia.
It is a job, yeah. No, so it has been busy as well.
Yeah. So are you taking some time off the job during this last weeks now, or you just
pushing through, just doing it all. But yeah, I mean, I just have to make a schedule. You know, like this time in the semester, it's more about just getting your work done and not sitting on your phone for as long.
I know that. Like, sleep you can do after you graduated, right?
Right.
That's under pressure.
We've got like 2 more weeks left, and then we can sleep for as long as we want.
For 2 weeks.
3 weeks. 3 weeks. Mm-hmm.
So you are traveling home, I believe, then?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I will be going home for break. So I'm looking forward to that. Are you sticking around?
No, I'm flying home the 20th of December, 2 days after last exam.
Oh, awesome.
Flying back to Norway and gonna celebrate Christmas with my family.
Oh, that's exciting.
Which I really look forward. I haven't seen them for half a year.
So you've got a lot of motivation to get you through these next 2 weeks.
Yes.
So that you can. Are you excited?
Yes, I'm excited. Like, it's gonna be 2.5 weeks where I can just be with family and friends and feel a little more normal. Awesome. Yes, and now over to news.
Welcome to news. I'm Parker.
And I'm Andrew.
Last week, Cobbers were left puzzled after a sudden disappearance of the campus monument. On Sunday, November 24th, at approximately 2:15 a.m., the Concordia Mission Stone was stolen. The stone, which sat between Knutson Campus Center and Lorentzen Hall since the college's 1991 centennial celebration, was inscribed with words, "The purpose of Concordia College is to influence the affairs of the world by sending into society thoughtful and informed men and women dedicated to the Christian life." A witness reported seeing 4 to 5 males in hooded sweatshirts tampering with the mission stone shortly before the theft. Following the disappearance, students were quick to create a memorial in the stone's place, including pictures of the stone, flowers, a can of corn, and niblet. Luckily, the stone was later discovered by public safety in a remote location on campus. While much is still unknown about the disappearance, the mission stone has since been returned to the original location.
The state of Minnesota has filed a lawsuit against the e-cigarette company Juul Labs, accusing it of beginning a public crisis by using advertising to target youth. Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison and Governor Tim Walz announced the lawsuit on Wednesday, which claims that Juul misled consumers by not disclosing its high levels of nicotine. It also asserts that Juul effectively marketed to youth by using sleek designs for their products and popular flavors, while not taking accountability and verifying customer ages. The state's currently embroiled in a national health epidemic that has seen increasing lung injuries linked to vaping. 3 people have died in Minnesota in the last 6 months due to counterfeit products, and the number of 11th graders who use vaping products has increased by a reported 50% in the last year. As of now, Juul Labs has not responded to the lawsuit.
A new ordinance may require car owners in Fargo to move their vehicles off the streets during major storms. The system would implement an emergency announcement by the mayor in the case of a forecast of 4 or more inches of snow, asking that drivers move their vehicles off the road. Doing so would make it easier for plows to move snow and make the process of clearing streets more efficient. The proposed ordinance should be ready for review as soon as next month.
The United Nations made a request on Wednesday for nearly $30 billion in humanitarian aid operations in 2020 to help people who are impacted by violent conflict, poverty, and the effects of climate change. Mark Lowcock, the UN aid coordinator, said that as many as 168 million people may require aid in 2020. This would be the largest number of people since World War II, and the amount of $30 billion requested is $1.5 billion more than last year's request. Half of the funding is planned to be distributed to just 3 countries. Venezuela has seen an unfolding crisis that has led to a growing number of refugees seeking aid, and additionally, Syria and the Democratic Republic of the Congo are experiencing their own domestic conflict and public health emergencies. The UN is also seeing a greater threat to their own aid workers. In the first 9 months of 2019, 171 people working in medical facilities were killed, compared with just 131 people in all of 2018.
Last Thursday, a dead sperm whale was found beached on the northern Scottish island. Upon further inspection, marine researchers found 220 pounds of plastic waste in the whale's stomach, including cups, bags, and nets. While it is unclear whether the whale beaching was a direct result of the plastic buildup, researchers are nonetheless alarmed at the extreme amount of debris which was found. Describing it as an example of human activities leading to environmental damage on a global scale, according to the Scottish Marine Animal Stranding Scheme, the organization which performed the autopsy reports of beached dolphins and whales are on the same rise in Scotland. At the same time, it is becoming increasingly common to find plastic waste in the stomachs of marine animals, adding to researchers' concern for the future of our oceans. And now onto an interview with international students Hoy.
Welcome. Today I have Hoy here from Vietnam,
Hi.
which is an exchange student. So Hoy, can you tell me a little about yourself?
So my name is Huy and I'm an international student from Vietnam. Does it? Yeah.
Yes, you have gone to Concordia here. This is your first semester, right?
Oh yes, this is my very first semester here. Yeah, this is my first time in Minnesota too. So yep.
So you have been to America before?
I've been to America, but like a long time ago. So like I was been in California. It's way different than in here. So yeah.
So what do you think about your first semester here? Do you think are you well connected with the internationals, or you think about the Americans?
So like accidentally unplugged my. I don't know. Like I think people in Concordia is very very friendly toward me. Like as long as here I haven't had any trouble about talking to friends and interacting with other people. It's like international students or American students here. So I think people here are very welcoming to me, and I like it here.
Yeah. So you have an American roommate as well, then? I
Oh
assume.
yes, right. He's so great. He is so great.
So have you been to any trips with him?
So yeah, like on Thanksgiving break, he drive me to his house, and we have Thanksgiving break, Thanksgiving dinner with his family, and he is so nice, and his family is so nice. So.
So how was your first Thanksgiving then with an American family?
It was exciting. Yeah, it was a kind of weird, but it's really exciting too, and I think I love it. Yep.
So you're looking forward to next Thanksgiving?
Yes,
then,
I'm looking forward for every break, every Christmas, Thanksgiving, spring break, and take stuff. So yeah.
So you're not you're traveling to his family this winter, or you're traveling back to Vietnam?
So this winter, like. Yeah, I think I will travel to I will stay at his house this winter too. So yeah,
That sounds great though.
Yep.
Do you look forward for it?
I'm really looking forward for it. Like, cause he said that he will have a small Christmas present for me, so I'm kind of exciting about that.
And that's something to look forward for.
Yep.
So what majors do you have here?
So I'm majoring in communication studies. Yeah, and maybe a business major too. I'm thinking about that. Yep.
So what do you want in for business? Is it management, financial? Or?
I'm still thinking about that, but first I am majoring in communications. Yeah.
So what do you want to do after you're done with Concordia?
If I can, maybe I will go to a film school in LA or something, because I want to be like a movie director or camera operator and stuff. So yeah. But if I can, maybe I will find a good work here. I don't know. It depends.
That sounds interesting though.
Yep.
So you want a direct movie like Michael Bay? And
Yeah, I think so.
maybe with a little less explosion.
Yeah, that's right.
So can you tell me a little more about Concordia? Like, have you been to any like organization, things like that during this time here?
So like I haven't had much chance to been to any organizations, but I think Concordia On-Air is pretty interesting to me. Like I've been here several times before, but yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, because you like to take pictures and
Yes, I
work
like
with
to take pictures and video camera things stuff. Yeah.
That's interesting though.
Yep.
So what do you think about the food ideas compared to what like they have like this Asian section sometimes compared
yeah.
to the food that you have?
So food ideas, like like to be honest, they serve pho last week for us, like a traditional Vietnamese food, but it's not really good. So
Yes.
but other food like pizza or fries or like hamburgers and stuff. They're so good. Like DS makes really good American foods. Yeah.
Yes, they are American after all.
Yep.
So, so what do you think about the Concordia, like as a school in total, like the buildings and the way they help people, like especially foreign students? Do you think they have a good program for foreign students?
So yeah, like before we came into like official studying, you know, we've been to like a course called like Prelude or something, and they help us with getting familiar with the school, getting familiar with how the school works and the American culture and all of the things that's international students have to deal with. And I think it is really helpful. And also there was like a writing center, writing tutors and stuff too. So this is really helpful for me, like to
Yes.
yeah.
But thank you so much for coming here today, Hoy.
Okay.
Now
thank you.
over to news.
Fans, it's December, so it's Christmas time, and have I got some presents for you today? In women's basketball, the duo of Mary Sem and Autumn Thompson combined for 36 points to help the Cobber women's basketball team pick up a win in the finale of the Simpson Thanksgiving Classic tournament over Buena Vista by a score of 73-58. Thompson had a game-high 19 points, followed by Sem with 17 of her own. Thompson also had 5 rebounds, which was good enough for most on the team. The assist leader for the Cobbers was junior Elizabeth Berkemeyer. The victory is Concordia's second of the season, and they will look to improve upon their 2-4 record tonight at 7 against St. Benedict. In men's basketball, Augsburg's strong second half proved to be too much for the Cobbers men's team, as they dropped their conference opener by a score of 75-55. Concordia only trailed by 1 point at halftime, but Augsburg outscored the Cobbers 46-27 in the second half to put the game away. Concordia senior Tommy Shima led the team in points, rebounds, and assists with 13, 6, and 3 respectively. John Wrighton also had 11 points of his own, and the two seniors combined for 24 of the team's 55 points. The men are also back in action tonight. The men's hockey team picked up 5 points last weekend when they were in action, including a 4-2 win and a 2-2 draw against St. John's. Game 2 of the series against the Johnnies went right down to the wire. Aaron Hurt got the Cobbers on the board in the first minute of play, but St. John's came back with 2 goals of their own in the second to take a 2-1 lead. But Bo Wilmer was able to score the equalizer with less than 6 minutes to go in regulation to force overtime. The defense, as well as goalie Jacob Stephen, held strong to secure the tie, and a hard-fought point as well. The Cobbers are now 3-5-1 this season and will host St. Thomas this weekend for a 2-game series. The women's hockey team picked up their second series split of the season against St. Benedict with a 2-1 victory on November 23rd. The Cobbers dropped Game 1 3-2, but Concordia jumped out to an early 2-0 lead in Game 2 thanks to a pair of goals from Brenna Mjolness and Mackenzie Welkers. St. Ben scored 1 goal in the third period, but it was too little too late as Kiana Flagg only allowed 1 goal in the 32 shots on goal the Bennies had. This victory brings the Cobbers' record to 4-3 with a 2-2 MIAC record. And the women will also be playing St. Thomas this weekend, but down in the cities. And now, let's go on to A&E.
Welcome to A&E. I'm KJ.
And I'm Gabe.
Six the Musical started its run in Minneapolis last weekend. Six is about the 6 wives of King Henry VIII, but with a fun pop twist. It started as an idea from 2 university students in England, Toby Marlowe and Lucy Moss. Then they started writing songs for each of the queens, which blossomed into a musical on West End in England. The musical became extremely popular extremely fast. So popular that it gained a U.S. tour starting in Chicago. In fact, this run in Minneapolis will be the last U.S. tour stop before they go on to Broadway. The Minneapolis run will go into the 22nd of this month. Don't miss this historical female empowering show. So, Gabe, what do you think of Six the Musical?
Well, of course, I haven't seen it before, but I read up a little bit about it online, and it seems really interesting. Actually, I think it's cool that they're doing something on a historical event or a number of events, I suppose, and turning that into more of a kind of pop culture show now.
Yeah, I agree, especially with like their actual figures like Anne Boleyn and they take them and they have their own songs that pretty well describe the girls.
Mhm.
What importance can these historical-based musicals have on today's education?
I think they can be really important because there's obviously, like, I don't know very much about this topic myself, and I know high school history classes don't always do the best job of going over everything, whether or not that's their fault or not. But anyway, so I think that with things like this, sometimes it can be really helpful for people who don't know about these stories. I know certain other ones I've heard of that I know are historical, I believe, are Hamilton, I think, is one of them, and Les Miserables, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that, but that one's another one that I heard about a little bit. And so I think when it's like, when it's helping people understand history a little bit more, it's pretty good usually.
Yeah, I agree. I think that it really helps today's youth, actually, especially with Six and Hamilton, where they make it more pop culture-y. It helps them understand things better in a way that they actually learn.
Yeah, I think it makes it a little bit more relatable, and I think they have to be careful with it because if they take it like too much out of context, maybe that can get a little bit dangerous in a way, because you don't really want to make it so it's not clear, what the history really is. But I think as long as they're careful about that, then then it can be effective in that way. So yeah,
I agree with you.
We're switching to the next story.
All right.
Okay, now we're on Game on.
With the onset of December, it's time to begin the festivities of the holidays, and Concordia is doing just that by hosting their 93rd annual Christmas concert this weekend in Memorial Auditorium. Tickets are available at concordiachristmas.com and are free for students. The concert will be held on December 6th at 7:30 p.m., December 7th at 2 p.m. and 7:30 p.m., and December 8th at 2 p.m. So bring your friends and enjoy some music. So, KJ, do you have any plans about the Christmas concert? Are you planning on going, or have you heard a lot about it?
I've heard quite a lot about it. A lot of my friends are in choir, but I'm not actually planning on going. I have a lot of homework this weekend, and I really need to focus on that, but I think that if everybody has a chance to go, they really should.
Yeah. Sadly, I think I'm guilty of that too. I'm not sure if I'll be able to make it or not. It kind of stinks because I've also got a lot of projects to finish, so especially with finals coming up, that sort of thing, it's going to be a lot of work. But have you been to any other Concordia concerts yet?
I haven't, but of course a lot of my friends are in it, and I feel kind of bad, and I probably will eventually, but I just haven't gotten around to it yet. And they're usually not at good times for me either, so.
Yeah, they seem to be when things are kind of getting busy always. I did go to I actually played in the Prism concert, and I'm involved in Echo Band, so I was at that. So
cool.
That was one that I saw. I thought that one was really cool, but I've heard, even with how kind of interesting that one was, and because it's revolving around different stages, I've heard a lot more about the Christmas concert, and a lot of really good things. I'm not sure exactly how many of the bands play in it, but I know that it is definitely a big event here every year, from what I've been hearing. So, also, I'd like to ask you, what's your favorite Christmas song and why?
I actually don't have a favorite Christmas song. I'm one of those people that restrict Christmas songs to December, and I get annoyed when they start playing early, but they're fun though. I really think that they're fun and cute. I really like Jingle Bells and stuff like that, the old school, really cute ones.
Kind of the
How about
classics.
you?
I think personally, I really like God Rest You Merry Gentlemen. I know it sounds a little strange. It's not what a lot of people would pick probably, but I don't know. I've always liked that song. It definitely it gets me more than Jingle Bells does, but I think it's still one of the classics. So and I agree with you on the December thing, of keeping Christmas music in December.
Yeah.
It's annoying if people are playing it in October or November, because
especially when it's before Halloween, and it's we haven't gotten past the spooky season. It's not time yet.
Yeah, Halloween you listen to Thriller, not to Jingle Bells. Yeah, you gotta keep the festive music where it's supposed to be. So, and hopefully nobody's playing it after Christmas either, because
Oh, yeah.
that's not a good time to be remembering that Christmas has just ended. But yeah, I think it'll be interesting. I'm looking forward to hearing at least more about the concert coming up. So yeah, I don't know, and I think next year, hopefully, I'll be able to I'll be able to make it then and get some tickets then.
They're switching to the pack.
All right, and now to a package on the concert.
Dynamic and exciting, or else intimate and special. And it ranges from those emotions, from something quite simple and around the manger to something gloriously celebrating. Maybe something that is absolutely unique is the width and breadth and dimension of the mural that we have.
Our four choirs, Concordia Choir, Chapel Choir, Cantori, and Cantabile, and then we also have the Concordia Orchestra, as well as our Tintinnabula Bell Choir plays before.
I've never sung in a choir like the mass choir or the individual choirs here, so it's really amazing to be able to sit in the middle as the orchestra and have all the sound around us. That's an experience that I've never had before.
I think this year it kind of encapsulates what Christmas concert's been like for me all these years, and hopefully for all our students, is that it's really, it's like Hillary Clinton said, it takes a village, and there are so many people, 400 performers, but so many other people that work together with all of our lighting crew, our artistic, the creator of the mural. All of these people work together.
I have to make sure that the production side is rolling and that we're on time in terms of like the mural artwork and the sound design, as well as the ticketing aspect of everything, making sure that our ticketing website is moving along and ready to go, and that sales are going smoothly, and making sure our promotions are going out in time. Like right now we're getting our mailings out the door to make sure that churches and schools know about this.
We'll come near the end of the concert with it is the great hymn, Come Thou Fount of Every Blessing, which is very joyful. And the orchestration together with the chorus part is very exciting and dynamic, and I'm looking forward to that moment.
The community that Dr. Claassen and Paul J. before him have built up have really created a community across the state and even the U.S. that makes people want to come home for their Christmas concert. Experience singing in the mass choir here, and that was such an overwhelming experience, just emotionally and musically, that I want to take that feeling of creating music into my future to share that with my students and share that love of music.
I think a favorite memory of Dr. Claassen is just every moment with him.
You know, I don't like to think about legacy. That's for other people to think about. I came here to teach and to make music with wonderful students that we have here. I feel very blessed to have had that.